it's Wednesday, and Monica is going to Doggy Day Camp today. I'll see if I can get some clips of her over there. They're going to have to do an evaluation of her to see what her personality is like and see if she'll do well with the other dogs, which I'm sure she will be. So I don't have to like take her to daycare today because I can't keep her. I mean, I just really am doing this to socialize her. Also in how long is it from now? I don't know. Down the line, next month sometime, or maybe it's the month after that. I can't remember. John and I are going to see his sister in Idaho, and so we're going to need to board Monica. This place is a boarding kennel, and so I figured that if she goes there a few times and has play days with other dogs, that she will think of this place as a fun place to go and not be traumatized I'm sorry, I just got distracted. You know how on highways there are like electronic signs that tell you about weather or an accident up ahead or something like that? Anyway, remember, I live in Arizona. It said, what does it say? It said country first. Rest in peace, John McCain. Anyway, John McCain is from Arizona, and so everybody is paying tribute to him. So anyway, what I was going to say is I don't want Monica to feel like we've abandoned her when we drop her off at the kennel. I want her to think, woohoo, this is so fun. And so that's why we're doing this. Plus, I just think socializing a puppy is good. Once you get vaccines, all of your puppy's vaccines, then it's just a good idea to to get them socialized with people and with other dogs. So that's what we are going to do, because my other dogs were not good around other dogs, and it just made life difficult. Weird sun on my face. I am going to take advantage of the time that Monica is over there, and I'm only going to leave her for 5 hours. You have to pay one price if you leave your dog there all day, and you have to pay another price if you are going to leave your dog for 5 hours or less, and that's what I'm going to do, because I just don't think that she needs, I mean, she's a puppy. She'll tire out. She's going to tire out in under 5 hours, so yeah, so I'm just going to do that. But I'm going to get a pedicure. I did not get a walk-in this morning, so I think what I'm going to do is actually just walk over to the place where I'm going to get a pedicure. It's on the other side of campus, and I usually walk campus anyway. So I thought, why not just walk over there and walk back and get my walk-in that way? And so I'm going to do that, and then I have a couple other errands to run that I'll do when I finish doing that. And then I'll be picking Monica up probably around 1:30. She'll be exhausted, but yeah. And I'm going to cook enchiladas tonight, vegan enchiladas that have sweet potatoes and black beans in the filling, but it has a regular enchilada sauce on it, so it really, you don't sit there and go, there's sweet potatoes in here. No, the sweet potatoes get really, really soft, and they sort of act like cheese as far as texture. They certainly don't taste like cheese, but they also don't taste like sweet potatoes. So I'll show you that recipe when I'm making it. Well, Monica went through the evaluation. She passed the test. They don't want the owners to be out there while they're doing the evaluation, but they actually took me into this one kennel area that has a window that looks out toward that area where they have the play yard, and they brought in different dogs with different temperaments and kept Monica on a lead, and then at the end we knew that it was kind of all said and done when they just took the leash off of Monica and just kind of let her go, and she was running around. She's a little bit timid. I can tell that she's a little bit timid, but she's never been around this many dogs before. There was one Pomeranian in there, and then all the other dogs were big, like labs and, you know, just big mixes and stuff like that. But they were all just fun and charging around, and Monica was running around and chasing and all that. So I think this is gonna be really good for her, behavior wise. I just think it's gonna be really good for her to kind of learn how she's supposed to behave, what she's supposed to do. So yeah, so I think it'll be really good. She's gonna have a fun day. I thought I was gonna be leaving her just for a half a day, but when you take a dog there for an evaluation, you pay $25 for the evaluation, and at the end of the evaluation, which really only took about 20 minutes, you get to, for the $25, you get to leave the dog there for the entire day. So, and then the other thing that they do is they take pictures and they post them on their Facebook page. And so you can, at the end of the day, you can kind of find your dog and see him playing with other dogs. So I'll be excited to see that too. So I'm walking over to get a pedicure, but today is the day of the President's Welcome Back barbecue. And they've got all these tents, like little shops and stuff here for students. So kind of fun stuff going on around campus. Looks like those tents are all the way down the walk area, the mall, which then leads to where the barbecue is. I have to say that it feels super strange to have Monica somewhere else today. You know, like I'm walking over to get a pedicure. I would normally be thinking about how long she's been in her crate and when I need to get back. And I would not be walking over to get a pedicure because that takes longer and means that she's in her crate longer. But yeah, I'm happy for her that she's over there, but it seems very strange to not have her with me today. Just got my pedicure. Now I have pretty purple sparkly toenails. Nice smooth feet. Very happy about that. Changed my mind about dinner tonight and instead decided to make this mushroom walnut pesto tart. It is also in the Oh She Glows cookbook by Angela Liddon over here. I'm not using the phyllo dough that it calls for. I'm actually using a puff pastry. That's the walnut pesto. It's walnut and parsley and some olive oil and salt and pepper. And then I'm going to put some onions and mushrooms on top and bake it. Hey guys, it is Wednesday, I guess. Is it Wednesday? Or Thursday? No, it's Thursday. Anyway, I just left my mom's house. She's coming back up to Flagstaff tomorrow, but she had a package that was delivered and wanted me to bring it in the house for her, and she let me pick a bunch of tomatoes. I picked like 30 tomatoes. She's just got a ton of them, and I even left some on the vine that are ripe so that she could have them. I'm making us a sauce. I say us, meaning some for John and I, some for my mom. It's one that I did last summer a lot. I used a lot of my tomatoes for. You roast the tomatoes in a kind of like a casserole dish and add some olive oil and garlic, and then toward the end you kind of do it on a fairly low temperature in the oven and do it for a couple of hours, and then the last half hour you add basil in, and then it's really good. I just put it in mason jars and put it in the refrigerator, and it's great to put on pasta and then sprinkle just a tiny bit of Parmesan cheese. On my way home now, it's super smoky, and I don't know if it's like, I don't really see a big plume like it's a forest fire. You never know, though. But it's probably a control burn, which means that they're burning underbrush and things to keep big fires from happening. And they just sort of monitor it. They do just kind of a low fire, and usually they have firefighters who just sort of monitor it, and they burn up some of that underbrush that keeps a fire from starting that would get really, really hot and burn big trees. So yeah, but it's super smoky and the sky looks sort of yellow. Yeah. But I'm guessing that's what it is. They haven't been able to do too many control burns because it's been raining, like almost every day for 6 weeks, and now we haven't had rain for several days, and I think maybe there's a chance of rain this weekend, and then I think that's it. I think the monsoon's going to be over. I've got family members coming in town this weekend. My brother and my nephew and his family from California. They're all from California, because we're going to spread my dad's ashes this weekend. Also, John's band is playing at the fair, so that's kind of exciting. So it should be kind of a fun weekend. I am actually fixing those enchiladas tonight, and got the sweet potatoes cooked earlier today. So really, I just need to chop up a few things and assemble them and stick them in the oven. Monica is exhausted today after her day of day camp. And I mean, if I didn't pop in those pictures, I'm going to pop them in now, so you can see what her day at day camp was like. Anyway, we got home last night. She was completely exhausted, just fell asleep, laid on the couch, and then went straight to bed. She kept trying to put herself in her house to sleep, and I kept getting her out and sitting her on the couch with us. And then today she's been exhausted. So man, that was quite something for her. She had such a great time, and it really did get a lot of energy out of her. I didn't even take her on a walk today, and she was just totally exhausted. Okay, so this is dinner tonight: sweet potato and black bean enchiladas, and that's what it looks like. Although my corn tortillas kind of exploded, so ours is just going to be a mishmash. And you'll see here, the last time I made it, I thought that there was too much cumin in, so I said to put less, which I did do this time. You can see here, Mary is very fascinated with the news.
Across the area, high pressure systems sitting off to the east will continue to shift toward that direction.
So here's dinner tonight, also out of the Oh She Glows cookbook. And as you guys can tell, I kind of do, like, I'll have a week where all my recipes come from one particular cookbook, or a week where all my recipes come from one of my Pinterest boards. And so everything, well, from last week too, was out of this book. But anyway, so dinner tonight is Taco Fiesta potato crisps. You'll see I put a star next to it because I've made it before and it's really good. This is what it looks like. Very tasty. You just slice a russet potato and put a little bit of oil and salt and pepper on it, and then you cook those, bake them in the oven just on their own. And then this is a cashew cream, sour cream kind of a thing that is also a recipe in this book. And then you make the quote-unquote meat topping out of walnuts that are put in a food processor with cumin and chili powder and, a bunch of taco kind of seasonings. And then when these are done, when the potatoes are done, you just you let this cool a little bit, and then you put the sour cream on there, the walnut mixture, some salsa, and scallions, and it's really quite tasty. John loves this. He likes to put a little splash of Tabasco on there too.